Hello. I have had this idea in my mind for a little bit. I have been wanting to do a tin fish palette. I can't tell you what it is about a tin fish palette that just has had a chokehold on me, but it has. I think also just because I really feel like doing a blue-green palette because that is my crutch. I am a blue-green lover through and through. And I really, I think I want to try and add a little razzle dazzle to it so it's not just like fully blue and green. And for a while it took me a while to start filming this because for whatever reason I was like, what if I did two palettes? Because I have two other Shroud Cosmetics palettes that are it's the Creepy Cute 1 and 2, and I was thinking like, oh, it'd be really fun to do like a blue-green palette and then match it with something that was a bit more flexible to the idea of a tin fish. But then I was just like, you know what, that's doing too much. So I think I'm gonna use this palette, which is a 10-pan palette, and hopefully that gives me enough restriction and freedom to kind of make what I want. And I have a bunch of shadows that have just been sitting on my desk. This is the hard part because there's a couple of these shadows that I really want to use, like was it this one? Yes. I wanted to use these two, but I felt like maybe they would be too similar. But I think I really want to use this one, which is from a Shroud Cosmetics palette. But I also, see, and this is the hard part, because really, like, the differences are so minuscule between these colors, which is why it's like, you don't need both of them, or really, you might not even need one of these, but they're so beautiful. This is a Dandelion's Shadow Sheer Cold, and then this is Wolfsbane from Dyed Cosmetics. Just stunning colors. And especially just like next to this blue, it's like, oh, they look so pretty. And I also really want to give some love to some eyeshadows that I haven't used. I need to tie my hair up because my hair is frizzy as hell right now. But I've just been wanting to use some shadows that I feel like I haven't seen enough of lately. Or, just I really want to use them because I like them. Like Medusa from Quicksand Cosmetics. I don't really know if this is evocative of tin fish in any way, but just I love the green that's happening here, so I really want to use this for sure. And I might end up taking it out just because like it's an incredibly shifty green eyeshadow and it might not fit the vibe that I'm going for, but ultimately I really want it. So yeah, right now this is what we're looking like. And I don't want to put it in the palette yet until I have the colors decided. Oh, and these were some extras that I'm not going to use. I'm also thinking of adding a silver. I'm pretty sure this is from the Fighter palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. So we're putting that there for now. I think I'm also really debating on if I need this one because it is black and I really love the blue sparkles in it. Like it's a matte shadow, so they end up not being visible much, but I feel like I'm always adding a black shadow and it's like, do you really need to? But I really love the blue sparkle. I feel like it would just look so pretty in the palette. So we're gonna put this over here on the side as like a maybe. Okay, this blue, it's a teal. It is so vibrant and stunning. It's Conjure from the Sinful Echoes palette. Why is the name escaping me? Sinister Spellbook. Okay, I really want to use this. I love this color so much, especially because I don't have anything similar to it. And I mean, I just feel like when I look at it, I think of like gorgeous blue waters. And I think it would just look so pretty. And oh my gosh, we have so many shimmers happening. So already I'm like, that's too much. Okay, and here is another struggle of mine. These are both from the Snow Angel palette from Simply Posh Cosmetics. I really love the tones of these, and I just cannot decide which I want to do because I feel like obviously like the blue-gray would be the most obvious, but I think I'm actually going to go with this green color just because it's really unique and also adds some more green to the palette that we desperately need. This color from Glaminatrix is really calling to me. It's called Gloom and it's one of their single matte eyeshadows. And I don't know why, but like I really want to add like a dirt color to like this palette, like dirt sand. And I just feel like it would be so pretty with the blues. Like it just really sings to me. And already, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like this combination. But we're gonna keep on moving because I just want to like put colors together and verbalize, try and defend or my decision as to why I do or don't like it together. See, the other thing too I was thinking of is because like I was kind of interested in making I don't want to say a murky palette, but like I don't know, I really want to use these bright colors, but at the same time, like I feel like the murkier colors would be so much more interesting. And I don't know, because when I think of tin fish, I don't think of like super bright, like the packaging is bright, but when I think of like rivers and oceans and fish colors, like I don't think of like super punchy bright tones. So I'm already like thinking these are not gonna do it for me. Even though I really want to use these colors. So I don't know. Let me just see how these look together though. See, I already feel like this is more harmonious. Like this is definitely bright. I think I'm actually gonna put this Dandelions color back in. And see, I just as a quad, like, and I'm really not a quad girl, but just these 4 colors alone, like, already doing so much more for me than the quad that I had going on earlier. Here is a shade from Dive Cosmetics, and here is a Bellevue Tabar shade from the Realm of Fairies palette. This is going to be more like icy blue, and this is going to be like a warm gold blue. I can't decide. Honestly, I might, well, let me swatch them. I feel like the blue doesn't, like it shows up, but like the gold is much more prominent in Catastrophe. And then you definitely get more of the blue in this color. I think this is Illusion. It's Reflection. Plus the name is just so fitting. I do like how this looks. And I do want to get a little bit more use out of this one, but I think I'm going to go with Reflection for right now. And then we'll move that to the side. I really want to add Devotion from Sinful Echoes. And let me swatch, get my swatch on, because I really like the kind of blue purple tone, and I think it'd be so fun to add a holographic eyeshadow. But in the overall color scheme, I don't know if I want this, but I do want to add this for now. So I'm actually going to put it like maybe over here because I don't want all these shimmers like right next to each other. And I know one of the things that can be helpful for some people in an eyeshadow palette especially is if you build out little quads. I mean, obviously you can't do that with a 10 pan, but that is a way that people can build really fun color stories, is just by breaking it down by quads. And I think that is a fun idea as well. I don't like to adhere to that necessarily, but sometimes when you just see like a super wacky color story and you're just like, I don't know what colors I would use with each other. Just like I said, break it down into quads and see like, okay, that kind of makes more sense. Here is another shadow I was debating on adding. This is Hemlock from Dive Cosmetics as well, and you know what, my fingers are dirty, but that's okay. I'm gonna have to get up and wash my hands. I really love this like green, like pure green, and I really want to add it, but again, I feel like it's so easy to just like throw so many shimmers into an eyeshadow color story, and I really want to add, like, focus on adding some more mattes next, but I definitely need to pull out some more mattes just to make a decision. So let me go wash my hands and I will be right back. And I have this really big palette from Unearthly Cosmetics that just has a bunch of matte eyeshadows. God, I feel like I use this dark green matte eyeshadow so much, but it is one of my favorite matte eyeshadows. It is a shadow from Shroud Cosmetics. It's just this really beautiful kind of like gray, it's a dark green color. Oh, here, let me show it compared to this Wispess from Dandelion Cosmetics. Wispess is a lot more vibrant, while the one from Shroud Cosmetics is more murky, or like kind of grayed out. So I think I'm gonna go with that one just because it, like, the color looks like something that you would see like underwater. So this is more like if this was out of the water, and this is like under the water. Army Pants and Flip-Flops and Calamon from Dandelion Cosmetics. If you have one of these, you don't need the other. Really, like, they end up looking the same on my eyes. Like, there's definitely a difference in undertone, but truly, like, on my eyes, they end up performing the same. But I'm kind of curious about this. I feel like this would be really cute. Oh my gosh, wait, and I only need one more eyeshadow. And that's Calamon, by the way. I feel like a mint kind of green would be really cute, but I don't know why, like, the idea of, like, a salmon color really, like, appeals to me. Like, it looks so terrible there. I don't know why I want it, but I don't know, something about it, I'm just like, I would definitely change the colors up a little bit to accommodate for this shadow, but that's so cute in there. And then here is an, oh my god, I love an olive green. This is so pretty. And isn't this funny how this was predominantly a blue palette initially, and look at us. The green agenda is winning. I want to add that, but I'm also like, no, I think I need to go blue. I got this teal matte, but it's so vibrant. Like, I feel like it'd be fun. And see, this is the part where sometimes you just overthink too much. You know what I mean? Let me just pull out a couple eyeshadows that I've been eyeing. Then I have this Sydney Grace Cosmetics palette that I just added a bunch of stickers to. You know, this is more of like the neutral purple and like the rest of my blues. Brown could be fun. And then here, I don't know if I'll be able to pull it out. A navy blue. Or I might, wait, hold on. Oh yeah, okay, sorry. Let's see. Ooh, that's pretty. I don't remember what shadow this is. I really need to label the shadows on the back because that really does help so much. Wait, honestly, why do I like this too? And this really doesn't feel like something that I would normally go for, like color story wise. But this is really fun. Okay, considering. Oh man. My mind. I feel like a genius right now. This is so pretty. I'm not even gonna lie. This is so pretty. Oh, I can't pick. Let me get my phone out because I really want to see what it looks like in black and white. And that helps me with the value so much. Because again, I really value value. I really like when there is depth in a palette. That's just going to be like my preference always. Okay, so out of these three, out of these three shadows, this one is definitely the darkest. Well, let me put it in value order. This is going to be like a mid-tone, and then this is going to be actually fairly light, which is surprising. I mean, if we're just going by my philosophy, this navy matte would be the one because it adds a really nice level of depth that I think this palette really needs. But at the same time, like, I just really, like, it feels so too easy to go this route, you know what I mean? And not every palette needs to have a lot of depth. Again, it's just a personal preference for me. And I think to make it more fun, I'm not gonna go this route. I'm either gonna pick the brown or the dark teal. Because this would work really well, and then this one would work really well for these two. And I could still, because this green, I mean, it's obviously like a blue-green, but like it has enough green in it that this would not be muddy when I added it. But it's also not that dark of a shade. Even though it looks kind of dark, it's really not that dark. But at the same time, like, do I really want like 3 browns? I don't know, y'all, you need to tell me what you prefer in the end, because you know what, this might be my least favorite one, just in compared to these two, just personally, but I feel like it really evens out. Well, you know what, I think I'm actually gonna go with the brown. Surprise, surprise, and hear me out. I feel like these 3 go together really well, and I might end up changing my mind when I do swatches, because now I'm like, I feel like these might be too similar. Hold on. Let me just swatch them now, what the hell. And I know matte shadows always don't like swatch very well. Honestly, they do look different, but I honestly feel like they would have a really similar vibe, so I think I might actually take this out. Well, I'm not gonna put that there. Hell no! Ooh. Oh my god, be careful. I think I like this. Let me see. See how it looks with the dark. Oh, that's really cute. Damn. It's really between these two. And you know what? For fun, we're gonna swatch these two because this might be a similar situation. Oh my gosh, that's really pigmented. Wait, did I just swatch that one? Yes, I did, dummy. Ooh, see, again, they're obviously different. And, you know, you could use this one to deepen this color up, but think gonna go navy. It's so funny how I was like, I don't want to have the navy in there because it's so default for me. And it's just so funny how that ended up working out. And I was really also wanting to kind of add this shimmer shade because I'm also like, That would be cute. I mean, if I was making a bigger palette, this would definitely make the cut. Hold on. Because I'm also like, I feel like I always do too many well, I don't want to say too many, but I love multi-chromes, okay? I love adding them. But I'm really like digging shimmers for like layering or just like straight up shimmers, by the way. And I guess we can just swatch it while we're here. Oh wow, that's really that is pretty though. It does add a nice sheen. And honestly, oops, I accidentally did too much, so it's a little crumbly. My bad. I don't know, because I really like the kind of like indigo happening, and this definitely fits, but it's, you know what, yeah. I like the idea of adding another shimmer, but it would definitely need to be like a different color, because I think I just prefer that this gives a little bit more variety over this one. I'm just going to add these into their little cubbies now, because I actually really like how this looks together in this layout. And, you know, I should clean this off, but I'm too lazy. I'm sorry. It just gets dirty again. It just gets covered in sparkle, so it's like an endless wave of cleaning. Sorry, I'm a filthy animal who lives in my filth. This is the final palette. Oh my gosh. Stunning. Really happy with this. This is not the direction I thought we were going to go at all. How funny, but I really hope you like this color story, and you have to let me know what you think. What would you take away? What would you add? So we do have the pile of contenders. Not all of these were contenders, mind you. Some of this was just sitting on my desk, but anyway, just me exposing myself here. Oh, and then if you're curious about my nail polish, okay, stunning. It is a Decade of Decadence from Sassy Sauce Polish, and unfortunately it was part of Hella Handmade Creations, which is a monthly event where a bunch of indie polish makers come together, and it's a lot like Polish Pickup. They do a limited release for specific polishes, and wow. Just beautiful. And I've tried the velvet magnet style for the first time, just because like I always like to do the line above it, and I really like how it turned out. So yeah, yippee! This is the palette I just made. I don't know why I was so compelled to do a tin fish palette. The idea just like came to me very suddenly, and I don't know if I'm gonna include any clips of me working through the design, just because for whatever reason, I started the design first, which I never do. But I felt like doing like cutouts of fish, so I just found some random like tin fish that are common and just cut those out digitally using construction paper, and I do like it just because I didn't want to make a mess in real life, and I don't want to buy construction paper for it. I'm sorry, that would be so cute and so fun, but no. I just want the look of X-Acto knife cuts without actually using an X-Acto knife. But anyway, sometimes when I am recording, I don't know why, it just like glitches, and then it just goes C, D, 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 and it's like that for literally 20 minutes, so lots of technical difficulties happening today. Thank you so much for watching. You have to let me know what you think of the palette. I really love the color story together, and I'm also going to include swatches. I'm definitely going to do a look with this palette, maybe 2 looks. I don't think I'm going to do 3 or film any of them. I'm sorry, I'm keeping it to Instagram. I just really honestly do not enjoy the process of filming every single look that I do. And really, this is not like a color story I would normally make. Just, I really like bright colors, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like murky colors. I just tend to not like make a lot of those kinds of palettes, but I'm really pleased with how this looks. And I am, again, I would love to know your thoughts. I feel like you could go so many directions with a sort of tin fish palette, like picking packaging that you really like and like color picking from that, because there's a lot of beautifully packaged tin fish. I don't eat tin fish except like tuna, but yeah, I don't know. I was just very compelled by it because I've seen packaging for tin fish before, and I'm like, that's so beautiful, and I kind of want to make something. So that's kind of where the idea came for that. But thank you so much for watching, for tuning in to the Ratboar Cinematic Universe. Thank you for any likes, comments, subscribes, critiques, and the like. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Oh my gosh, and I almost forgot, I called this palette WATERMEAT, and that's maybe not the most appetizing name, but in Korean there's actually two words for fish. 물고기 and 생선. 생선 is fish that you eat, and 물고기 is just the word for fish, but if you literally translate 물고기, 물 is water and 고기 is meat. And I just think that is the funniest word, and also funny that 물고기 is not the word for a fish that you eat. So that's where WATERMEAT comes from.